Welcome back to SRPG Plus. It's your guy Kappa Kai. So I just wanted to go over some recent news coming out around October 16th and a little bit before. So I first wanted to start with something serious. The Hong Kong protest is going on. Basically, just a very short summary because it's a very big conflict. Essentially, Hong Kong wants to keep its independence from mainland China. And China recently, the most recent protest that I remember following, because it's been going on for so long, but it was extraditing criminals of Hong Kong into China for for their persecution, for their sentencing, for their trial, for anything like where they serve their time. I definitely understand why these people are protesting. Around the world, there's been so many protests. This is a gaming channel, but I just want to quickly say freedom for Hong Kong. This is the revolution of our time. Essentially a paraphrase of what Blitz Chung said. Basically a Hearthstone player who just played in a major tournament for the card game, and he won. And he won $10,000. And right after he made those statements, two of the announcers bowed their head, hiding their faces. And then Blitz Chung said that essentially. So this had a lot of impacts in the gaming world, and that's why a lot of gamers have been basically brought into this basically ongoing protest, rebellion, riots, whatever you want to call it. But I think it's just protest. Obviously, that's what it is. So that player was banned, and it's caused so much backlash because Blizzard is so deep in the pockets of China. Obviously, because of Tencent, the monopoly of China's gaming economy is through Tencent. It's essentially a Steam counterpart, but it's the Chinese version. That's the simplest way to break it down. Arena of Valor, a Chinese League of Legends type of MOBA, is from Tencent. It's on the Switch. Nintendo Switch is even coming to China, is through Tencent. So China runs very deep through all of this, and yeah, it's insane to see how Blizzard has kind of just abandoned their players. And Activision, I really support all these protests going on. Overwatch for the Switch getting basically boycotted, protested until it was canceled. See, that shows the power of a voice, even in gaming. Also, just because this happened recently, 3 more Hearthstone players that were basically protesting. This was a college team, and the action of 3 players did get the whole team banned. But if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. So I can't be mad at somebody protesting. I just want to quickly say that anyone who is just cowering down to money and power is really a fool. I don't appreciate the comments that Lebron James made. I don't appreciate how Blizzard, essentially like the China branch, or I believe that's what happened, the location like Singapore, if I could be wrong. Those parts aren't facts that I just stated right there. But that's essentially where the statement came from that banned that first player and fired those announcers and those casters. There's been redactions because of the backlash. Like, so far, people have been getting things back, but it's still been a temporary ban. Like it's like they're moving stuff, they're like rehiring people, but it's all to cover up for the backlash of them stopping a Hearthstone player from expressing his mind. LeBron James, I love the way you play basketball. You're an icon. Your promise school is amazing, but what you said was very foolish. Joe Budden, Maul, Parks and Rory, very, very poor coverage on this, and I understand you guys making jokes, especially when you're not too educated on a topic, but just the fact that you guys really cooned out for LeBron was really disappointing to see. I'm also going to I'm gonna just really hope that everything goes well for the people who want their liberties to be upheld in this world. Chigai Kappa Kai. These were my thoughts on the whole Hong Kong situation. Thank you very much for checking me out. Once again, this is a gaming channel, not a political channel, but sometimes the two mix. Just like with censorship of games, the same way we don't like when they blame video games for gun violence. This is the same type of fight. 1.